The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 20th of May 2022 and I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly Podcast, episode 186. The podcast that talks about everything Bundoran. It is the Bundoran Weekly and we're here with thanks to AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Coming up, we're going to be chatting to Tom Sigafoos, who's the PRO of the Allingham Festival, which is happening later on this year in November in Ballyshannon. But they have just announced that their poetry and short and writing competition has begun and it has opened. So we'll be talking to Tom a little bit later on about how all that works and how you can take part in that. We'll also be joining Teresa O'Neill in our community corner at Bundoran Community Centre. Let's start off as usual with our entertainment guide. At the Allingham, it's Music Tonight with Sinead McLaughlin, and that's in the Coolmore Bar. And then as part of the big Derek Ryan weekend, there is live music in the ballroom all this weekend. Barry Kerwin and band and Derek Ryan and band there tonight. Doors open there at 8 o'clock. The Contractor there tomorrow night, and then Jerry Guthrie and band and Derek Ryan and his band. That is tomorrow night at the ballroom again. Doors open there at 8 o'clock. Sunday it is Mark Langan from 5 until 7 in Key West, and from 7:30 until 9 it is music with Trevor Lockery in the Coolmore Bar. The Contractor is then 8:30 to 10:30 in the Coolmore on Monday night, and Tuesday night it is Tom Moran from 8:30 until 10:30 again in the Coolmore Bar, all at the Allingham Arms. Next door in the Bird's Nest you'll find Sean Corrigan there tomorrow night. Shane Moore is there Sunday night. Busy Fools tonight at the Chase and Bull. Tomorrow night music with True Tones. Thursdays continue each and every Thursday night at the Bank Bar. George's Bar, their new trad session is Sundays from 3 until 5 o'clock. Fresh on the heels of Dave Duke last weekend at the Dome Live Music Venue at the Phoenix Tavern in the East End, you've got a 90s and noughties disco on this weekend, and that is this Saturday night. So plenty of great memories in there on that dance floor at the Dome Live Music Venue at East End. John Meehan tomorrow night at the Railway Bar. Tonight at 51 Main Street it is Gary Doherty. Tomorrow night it is Kevin Francis, and Hybe is there this coming Sunday. Live music across the weekend at the Celtic Marine Bar, and Handmade in Bundoran, their monthly display is at the Kick and Donkey Saturday and Sunday, and that's from 11 until 4 each day. So you can go along and pick up some nice locally handcrafted gifts for yourself or for a friend or whatever, but that is on at their new venue of the Kick and Donkey on Main Street tomorrow and on Sunday from 11am until 4pm. At the cinema, new out this week, I'm going to say it's next week, but it's the big one that I've been waiting for anyway. Top Gun Maverick. So excited for this one. It's out on next Wednesday the 25th, but this weekend is the new Irish movie on Colleen Keown, and I'm hearing great things about that. So that is out this weekend at Eclipse Cinemas. And then Missed It Monday is Morbius. You can find the full schedule for the cinema on our website or indeed at eclipsecinemas.com. A few other bits happening next week on Wednesday. Lots of things happening on Wednesday. The Support Ukraine concert happening at the Allingham Arms. That is on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Admission is €20. Doors open there at 7 o'clock, featuring Tennecky Station, West Coast Jazz, Philip Carbonell, Mark Langan and Martin Crossan, Brian Sweeney and Shane Rooney, and Georgia as well. So a huge night of entertainment, all in aid of Support Ukraine. That's at the Allingham next Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And then also at 8 o'clock next Wednesday in the Atlantic Apart Hotel on Main Street, Dark Daughter Productions present a homage to housekeepers. It's a double feature of The Housekeeper and Marrying Mary. And again, as I say, it's at the Atlantic Apart Hotel next Wednesday the 25th of May from 8 o'clock. Tickets on the door are priced at €10. And of course, C Sessions tickets, last few ones are available at Ticketmaster. It's on the 17th to the 19th of June. We are gearing ourselves up for that one, and huge lineup for that. csessions.com will get you more information and more details on the lineup, but it's going to be a good one, going to be a big one, the first one in 3 years, and we're expecting a busy weekend here in Bundoran for that. Don't forget details of these and all of the other events that are happening across Bundoran over this weekend, next weekend, and the weeks and months ahead. You'll find them at discoverbundoran.com/events, and we're always adding to that as well. So as we get new information on new events and new gigs that are happening, we add them to the website, so you can check back regularly to find the updates there. It's discoverbundoran.com/events. You're listening to the Bundoran Weekly. It is podcast number 186, and still to come, I'm going to be talking to Tom Sigafoos of the Allingham Festival. The poetry and flash fiction competitions are open for entries now ahead of the main festival event, which is happening this November. I'll be talking to him about that very shortly, and we'll also be joining Teresa O'Neill in our community corner at Bundoran Community Centre.
The Bundoran Weekly.
I'm Bundoran Tourism Officer Shane Smyth. Now, the Allingham Festival happens in Ballyshannon each and every November. They have recently announced that their poetry and flash fiction competitions are open for entries ahead of the main event, which is happening in November. I sat down with Tom Sigafoos, who's the PRO of the Allingham Festival, during the week to talk about the competitions, but first asked him how the preparations are going for the festival.
Yes, it's already this year. We've got some commitments from some very exciting participants. We have Liz Nugent, who is the queen of domestic noir. And I think every book club member in the whole Northwest is going to want to come and hear her. And for the concert of the Allingham is always a highlight on Saturday night. And this year we've got confirmation that a group called Bird on the Wire is going to perform. Now, last year, the Whileaways were one of the musical highlights of the festival, and the Whileaways have combined their talents with those of Pauline Scanlon and 4 other musicians, and they call themselves Bird on the Wire, and they perform tribute songs to Leonard Cohen. It's a big, splashy stage production, and it'll be ideal for anybody who loves the Leonard Cohen songbook.
Fantastic. Just quickly remind us of the dates as well, of course.
The festival will start on the 2nd of November and run through Sunday the 6th. And it's still early in the year, so there are a lot of pieces still moving around on the board. But those two performances are committed.
It's funny to be talking about November and sitting here on a beautiful, warm, sunny day in May. But anyway, the preparation, of course, these things don't just happen the week before or 2 weeks before. It's pretty much no more than other festivals in the area. It's an all-year-round gig.
It is, and we've got a very hard-working committee who's putting this together. Emer O'Shea is the festival director this year, and she's doing a terrific job.
Excellent. So that is some of the things that are coming up in November, and no doubt we'll go back to those in a few minutes' time. But right now, the poetry and flash fiction competition is open for entry. So tell me what that's all about.
Well, this year we've opened the competition early because we had such a large number of entries last year with only a few weeks available to send them in. We thought there's clearly some pent-up demand here. A lot of people want to offer their poems and their flash fiction for consideration and to compete for the €300 top prize in each category. This year, the deadline is September 16th, so between now and then, it's got a long time in the future. You got lots of time. Everyone is welcome to send in 5 poems or 5 flash fiction pieces. And the general guidelines are that the flash fiction pieces need to be under 700 words, which is still pretty good length of time to get some emotional impact. Define
flash fiction for me, for anybody who might be not familiar with it.
Well, flash fiction is a short story.
Okay. I guess when you think about it, of course it is.
It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and in some cases it's more like a snapshot of a time, a place, a personality, but with the extra sting or the extra impact of having a plot. It's a challenge to put together.
I was going to say, are they more difficult to write? Because I suppose they're kind of more condensed.
They say that short stories are more like poetry than like novels.
Right.
With novels, you've got ages of time and words to develop a world, but with flash fiction in particular, you've got to get to the point right away and include some telling detail that's going to make it snap into focus for the reader.
So who is the competition open to?
Everyone, absolutely everyone. The last year we had winners from Canada and from Australia, and those participants are going to be invited to read at the awards ceremony. Now that'll be on the Friday night, the 4th of November. It'll be broadcast. It'll be an online event, but it'll be a webcast that goes out worldwide, and then it'll be recorded and posted on our the Allingham
Website.
Allingham YouTube website. There are also, I wanted to mention while we're talking about the structure of the competition, poems are encouraged, invited for submission. Poems up to 40 lines in length, but that's the only restriction.
Okay.
All subject matter, all kinds of forms are welcome and invited.
So they can be about anything?
They can be about anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have some very good judges this year. Mia Gallagher, who is a novelist from Dublin, is going to judge the flash fiction. She's the author of some terrific work herself, novels titled Hellfire and Beautiful Pictures of the Lost Homeland. Mia is also the author of a book of short stories called Shift. So if anybody's interested in seeing what kind of work appeals to Mia, all those are in publication and circulation. She's an associate editor of The Stinging Fly as well. The poetry is going to be judged by Kate Ennals. She's published 3 collections of poetry herself. At the Edge is the title of one. Another is Threads. And the third is titled Elsewhere. And she also organizes a salon of readings that's also titled At the Edge, and it's held in Cavan.
Okay, you mentioned different categories then for the competition. What are those?
Well, that's it. What we've already said.
Okay.
Poetry and flash fiction.
So poetry is one category, and flash fiction is the other. Okay,
yes,
there you go. Fair enough.
And
there's no under 12s or over 12s. Or age groups.
There is.
Okay,
these,
there we go.
I'm sorry. Let me clarify that. These are competitions for adults. You have to be 18 or older by the 2nd of November, the first day of the festival, in order to enter. There are going to be competitions for children's art and writing, and those guidelines will be posted on the Allingham website. But they're, as many people know, those competitions have been going on for years. Connor Carney is the organizer and judge of those competitions, and they turn up some brilliant writing. That information will be posted a little later on for those who are interested for the under 18s.
Tom, it sounds like a great competition. It's not the first year it's been run. This has been run for a number of years now.
This has been run since 1979.
Wow!
And we've had some terrific winners in the years. Over the years, we've had people who have gone on to careers in journalism. One of the winners of the flash fiction competition now heads up the creative writing program in Sligo, and there are quite a few familiar names for people who go out into the bookshops. They'll see old competition winners there in the bestseller lists.
Great. So the poetry and flash fiction competition for the Allingham Festival 2022 is open right now as we speak. Closing date again?
The deadline for the competitions is the 16th of September. The festival itself is on November 2nd to 6th, and all the details are going to be posted and updated on the Allingham website, www.allinghamfestival.com.
Couldn't have said it better. Tom, thanks very much, and no doubt we'll be talking to you before the festival again.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Shane.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Thanks, Tom, and we will leave a link to the competition details in our podcast notes for this week. Right, let's head over to our community corner, and here's Teresa in the Bundoran Community Centre.
Thanks, Shane. The Parent and Toddler Group is on every Friday at 10 a.m. in the Ruggie Suite. Parents, carers, guardians and grandparents are all welcome. Please email the Bundoran Community Centre at gmail.com if you would like to take part. Our youth hangout is on every Wednesday at 4:15 to 5:45. If you are between 12 and 17 and looking for a safe space to meet, come join us. It's free, hot chocolate and games. We are also looking for parents to volunteer. Are you looking for a hot desk or a virtual office for low cost? We have desks available from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 071 98 29 675 or email info@coworkplusbundoran.ie. We have 2 yoga classes available in the centre. Flow Your Own Way Yoga is in the Rogie Suite every Tuesday, 7:30 to 8:30. Mindful Yoga is on Wednesday with Catherine, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have a local women's group in the centre. The ladies meet every Wednesday in the Rogie Suite at 11:30 to 1 p.m. It's €3 per person with tea and coffee provided. The Bundoran Bay Swim is on the 23rd of July at 2 p.m. at Allingham Strand. This is one of the few swims in open water. This swim is to raise money for the Bundoran Community Centre. To sign up, visit bundoranbayswim.com.
That's going to do it for the podcast for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, we are here each and every Friday on your favourite podcast app. Just search for Bundoran Weekly. You can contact us at podcast@bundoranweekly.com and find us on Facebook and Twitter at Bundoran Weekly. And don't forget to follow us wherever you're listening right now, or indeed stream and download all episodes on demand at bundoranweekly.com. If you're posting on social media, don't forget to use the hashtag #DiscoverBundoran so we can find your photographs. And if you're posting on Instagram stories, search for Bundoran and you'll find some really cool little giffies that you can use to brighten up your stories. That is it from me. I will talk to you again next Friday. Have a great weekend. Good luck.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.